All right, so I know y'all can hear me. If y'all don't hear me, I'm gonna speak even louder. But I'm gonna be with a guest here, and my guest here I've had before. You're gonna see her again because she is awesome. You know, two times is better than one. I want to let her introduce herself, but before I do that, I want to say thank you all for definitely supporting my page here, going on there, looking at all the shorts that I have, which is a few small ones, and people were checking up on me. And I'm definitely back. I appreciate you all. But again, my guest here is going to introduce herself to you all.
Hello, my name is Monique Gooch, writer, novelist, editor, proofer, beta reader, all the above. Um, so that is me. I have two short stories self-published and a novel, which I'm pretty sure we're going to be talking about today, called Preyed Upon, the Untold Story of Jedediah Jackson. That is on sale pretty much anywhere. You can get it at Amazon, Barnes& and Noble. Yeah, pretty much where books are sold. It's a great story. Just trigger warning for those who've experienced any type of trauma in their life, abuse, or been sexually assaulted in any type of way. Um, you can also check out any articles that I've written for the Tennessee Tribune. Just literally type in Monique Gooch and it'll pop up like on Google and you'll see some of my articles. If you need any type of editing done, you can contact me on my website at author-moniquegooch.com. You'll literally see a picture of me and Pooch Hall together. Yes, the one and only Pooch Hall from the game.
Okay.
I wrote an article with him when he came to film the show, not the show, excuse me, but the movie Nashville Legacy. So if you need anything done, just hit me up and let me know. So that is me, and you can see all of the work that I've done. So yeah, that's me.
All right. All right. Let's get it cranked up here. All right. Since you are a writer, and do you have something in your drawer right now that you wrote, but you are afraid to put out because it may have some content that's that's basically a trigger warning, just like you said about your book, preyed upon. So, do you got anything like that that you want to tell?
I was scared where you was going with that question, right? I was like, wait a minute, what? What are we talking about?
Yeah.
Um, well, yes, I do. I do, and uh, it's not that I'm afraid to release it. I
Okay.
just have a lot of more work to do on it.
Okay.
Again, because like I've told some of my other writers, and I believe you were in the writers group when I told one of my other fellow writers, you'll know who I'm talking about when I say this. I said you don't know what who your work will minister to.
Mm.
This is when our friend was telling his story um, about how he contracted HIV, and I was like, you don't know who you're going to minister to with this story. Um, and he decided not to pursue it. He wanted to live in the present, which is fine. That is totally fine. Um, so as for me, I have a lot of stories that deal with depression and anxiety and thoughts of suicide and things like that. But I'm not ready to release it because I need some more help with it as far
Okay.
as editorial and rewrites and things like that. So yeah.
All right. All right. Second question here is, and I've been wanting to ask you this for a while.
Oh Lord.
It's not that bad. Trust me. I wouldn't do that to you. I would do that to you. But uh, what celebrity crush would you like to write a story around?
Mm, okay. You've probably never seen the show Bridgerton.
I have.
Season one. You've seen season one of Bridgerton.
Yeah, my wife. She watched it, and I watched some of them. Yeah, I know. I know about it.
The main character Simon, him. His name is Reggae Jean Page. Love him. Everything that man has been in. Since I have seen Bridgerton, Lord have mercy, him.
You know his first, middle, and last name. Okay,
I
you talking
sure
about the
do,
light
honey.
skinned guy with
Yes,
all
Lord.
the drama that was going on between him and Lord. Okay, all right. So if you don't have a story that you know that you want to piece them in, or something that you have, I want you to. This is off the cuff. Just give me what you think. Like, would it be a romantic? Would it be a thriller? Would it be a horror? What genre would you go in with him?
Definitely romance, and I've already got the story in my head, honestly, because it's halfway written, and it. I'm gonna be real with you. It would be someone who looks as fine as him would never look at a girl like me because I'm always been the funny fat
Hold,
friend.
hold up. Now, don't put him in the box that think he wouldn't. You don't know. Sometimes I'm telling you, you
Well,
don't know.
here's where I'm going with the story.
Mhm.
In my mind, someone as gorgeous as that would never look at me because I'm always the funny fat friend. That's the box I've always been in. So, and I thought about that title. Turns out that title's taken, Funny Fat Friend. And it's actually a very good book, by the way. Can't remember who the author is, but y'all go check that out. Um, and I was like, there's a story there. So I started writing about it. And I was like, and it's actually part of my children's story. Well, it's a young adult story and it's called A Dance in December. There's a little line in there where this girl, her crush comes up to her. She's about to get her first dance. And he's like, hey, yo, ask your friend if she want to dance with me. And it's like, okay, that was always me. You know what I'm saying? So just imagine going through that your whole life. And it's like, you meet this gorgeous man, and it's like, so you finally accept the role. You're just like, fine, I'll be the girl who, you know, cry, you cry to me, you talk to me about all your girl problems. I'm the one who's just like one of the guys or whatever. I'm the funny fat friend. Nobody ever looks at me like that. So it's fine. So yeah, I can joke with you, and everyone's like, you're friends with him? Oh my God, he was gorgeous. And I'm like, yeah, so he doesn't look at me
Mhm.
like that. And he never will. So I wrote this thinking, what if he does? But she doesn't know that.
I
He
like that.
wants her, but she doesn't know that. He's the one with the crush, but she's like, yeah, right. Ha, stop playing with me. For real. Like, why are you looking at me like that? But and she can't get it out of her mind. It's like, what? Why are you playing with my emotions right now? But back up. Like, there's no way you could ever fall for someone like me. And there was actually, what is that show? Girls? Is that the show? There was some controversy about it where someone said something to the fact of someone that fine can never be with a girl like that. And they were fat shaming this character, I think. But that's kind of the book that I'm working on right now.
Okay.
Copyright if anyone tries to steal this, by the way. So, already got my stamp on it. But that would be the story, and I already have him in mind because you just you don't see someone who's a 7 with someone who's like a damn 12. You just don't see that, honestly. You don't see that often.
I, all right. All right. Well, since we're going there, I think I can do this with you. I don't think this is going to bother you. What I want to say here, okay?
Go ahead.
Since you just said that, you put the number system on
Mhm.
people, and I'm gonna go for 1 to 10, and I'm gonna throw out a man. You
Mhm.
tell me where they're at. I'm trying to get the good age range for that. Since you already saying that guy's probably a 10, let's
Shit.
start. Let's start with
12. He's like Richter scale fine. Like, oh my
no,
god.
no, there's none of that.
Yes, yes.
All right, Kevin Hart.
He's an 8 because my husband's 5'5". He's cute. He's muscular. You know.
Eight. Man, so you already high. Okay. Let's go with somebody that you probably seen before. I'm not sure if you've seen this, but I'm gonna ask you: have you ever seen Chicago PD?
No, sorry.
Oh, can't bring that one up. All right, so let's go with. I'm gonna go into the acting world, but I'm gonna go more so a writer, and I can't think of his name right now, but he actually wrote Black Panther. He was the Ryan Coogler. You know who that is?
I do. I just got to see his face. Hold on. Let me look him up.
Okay. Yeah, please do that. Yeah, look it up.
Oh, yeah, he's cute. He's about an 8. He's cute. I love his hair.
Okay. So you're gonna put him on the same level as Kevin Hart?
Both are cute. Both got deep pockets. Yeah, they cute. Yeah, they're 8.
Oh, right to the money. Okay. All right. So we're gonna go there. All right. All right. Let's go with somebody. Think of his last name. He plays Superman. Henry Cook. What's his name?
Henry Cook.
I know I'm probably I know I'm probably wrong on that last name. The guy that plays Superman.
Oh, Henry Cavill? Cavill.
Yeah,
Okay.
Cavill or something like that.
Oh. Hmm. Well, all these different pictures popping up. He's handsome. Here's the thing. I don't really like some of you. I know I don't really rock with white dudes like that.
Not,
Some
not
of them I
I.
do.
Hey, okay. No, it's
Some I,
fine. Okay.
some I do. Some I don't. Like JT. Listen, just Timberlake. Yes, absolutely, all day. He's like a 10, like 9, 10-ish. He's fine. But this man right here, he's handsome. He's about 7. Yeah, he's cute,
Okay.
but it's not my type.
Cat
Yeah.
Williams. Let's
Oh
go, Cat
Lord
Williams.
Jesus. 5. Okay, 5. Just
Huh?
not cute at all
What?
to me.
Say that louder. Wait a minute. What'd you just say?
5. He is not cute at all to me.
What'd you just say?
He is not cute at all to me.
Did you say five?
Yes, I did.
Five.
He may make me
Okay.
laugh all
Five.
day. It's just not cute at all to me. Like, not at all. Not at all. I'll give him 6
Okay.
just for the money alone.
Okay. Can we switch over to women? You mind?
Let's go. I'll say
All
Zendaya is
right.
like a 12 on my Richter scale right now. So,
Zendaya 12?
yeah,
Oh,
yes,
jeez.
woman is fine. Yes.
The grading scale, I don't know, man. I don't. Okay. All right. Since you already said that one, I'm gonna go with another one. Lori Harvey.
She's about 9. She need to slow down. She done been with everybody. So,
All right. We'll do mix and match. What do you think about Michael B. Jordan?
oh God. Yes, that's 10. That's 10 right there.
All right. So, and I don't know his name right off. I don't know why it's past me. His counterpart in that movie was what's his name in the third version of Creed. You seen Creed 3?
Oh, I know who he's been in the news. What is his name?
The one the one that's dating my next person I'm gonna talk about. He's dating a actress. I think he's getting ready to go to jail. I don't know
I
something.
know who Jonathan Majors.
Jonathan Majors.
Now listen, I was following his career when Lovecraft Country came out. And I was like, who's this?
Hmm.
Um, he just looked like one of them big old country Alabama, Mississippi type boys, just good in country with big nose, big lips, and everything. I was like, okay, all right,
Uh,
I like that. I like that. That was cute. But when he
okay.
got all buff and swole, I was okay. So I gave him about a 9. But now all this is coming out, your numbers are slowly dropping, boo. Like you're like at a 7 right about now.
Mm, okay. All right. All right. Megan Good. Let's mix and match. Megan Good.
She's so overrated. She used to like back in the 90s, 2000s. Oh, she was a solid 10. Now, baby, you're like at an 8. I'm like, okay, I'm sick of you.
Okay. Tyrese Gibson.
Ooh, he's always been fine. And chocolate too. It's a 9.
SZA.
She's gorgeous too. I'm gonna give her a 9. Yeah.
Dang. God, it's a lot of nut. All right. Let me see if I can switch you up here. All right. All right. Let's go Zoe Saldana.
She. Hmm. You're about a 7 right now.
7.
Yeah. She's still beautiful, but she ain't like up there. You know what I'm saying? So
Okay. Hmm. Dwayne Wade.
now that's. Oh no. If you had said Dwayne Johnson, we've been somewhere. So he's good in chocolate, but I don't know. I give him about an 8. I think the money
Gabrielle
adds to
Union.
that. Gabrielle
Okay.
Union, sister's still fine. I mean, she's aged like fine wine. She's a 10. So
Huh? Did you go
Gabrielle
10?
Union, Gabrielle Union is a 10. She is aged like fine wine. She has not changed a bit.
Okay.
She still look as good as she did in Bring It On, and that was in 2011,
Wow.
2001.
No. Yeah, I'm about to say that 20 some years ago. Okay. I feel you. All right. Couple more here. We're going to go into music. And we're going to go to the ladies and the guys. Megan Thee Stallion.
Just, just lay me out on the floor right now. I love her. 10, 11.
What?
Just 10, 11. Like she's named Megan the Stallion for a reason.
Wow. All right. P. Diddy.
0.
Uh, he ain't no zero. Wow. P. Diddy a 0. Okay. Okay.
Just from all this crap, like 0. You don't get a number 0.
Okay. Ice Spice.
Who the heck is that? I got to look that up. I don't know. Oh, well, I don't know. Wow. I'm gonna give you a 5, baby. I don't know about you.
Drizzy Drake.
Drake has always been cute to me. I'm gonna give him a 7 since I saw him
He
in
ain't
Degrassi.
chocolate though. He ain't chocolate. You've been talking to chocolate and he ain't chocolate.
Neither is Reggae Jean Page, and I gave him a 12. So there.
Yeah, you
So,
did do that. You did do that. Okay. Nicki Minaj.
oh yes. She's still fine. I'm gonna give her an 8.
Hmm. Gave him a A. Kendra Lamar.
K dot.
Yeah.
I give K Dot an 8 too. He's cute. Did you hear his diss, by the way, to your boy
I heard
Drake?
it. I heard it. Yeah, I heard
Yeah.
it. I heard it. Yeah, it's ugly.
Yeah.
It's real ugly. Oh Lord. Um. All right, Cardi to the B.
Cardi, number 10, 10, 10, 10.
All right. I didn't think it would go this way. Okay. My last one, and then we will get back onto some other stuff here. Is sexy red.
Got to look that up too. I don't know who that. I don't know who none of these new people are. I ain't got to. Who in the world is this? Lord Jesus! Sound like somebody's. But she is a baby. Who is this child? Mm-mm. Got me looking at children. I don't know who this is.
You better be
Oh
careful with it.
no, I don't know this child. No, I'm gonna give you a 5 because number one, you look 12. Number two, all this money and you need to have your ass at home somewhere. Looking, what are you, 19?
I think she's 21, 22. I actually think she's like that. But all right, you got me laughing. These numbers. We'll talk about these numbers in another day.
Okay.
Okay.
Hood
This said,
hottest princess. Girl, how your mama I'd whoop your ass. Anyway.
okay. Let's get into some writing. Okay.
Okay.
What's the last?
What is
What's the
this?
last?
I'm sorry. She,
Huh?
she's the one who sings Pound Town? Oh my God. Lord, if you don't, I would whoop her ass. Okay. See, I'm so old. Like, I'm 37. Okay.
Uh-huh.
And this child is 26. I feel like I'm old.
Oh,
But
she's
you look,
26.
yeah,
Oh.
she looks 12 years old in the face. That's what's killing me. So, like,
Mm.
I just want to beat the brakes off of you, and you singing Pound Town? I couldn't. Like, you couldn't be
Oh,
my
it's
daughter. I would disown you. Like, girl, just Mama, are
oh,
you proud? Who? I don't. I don't know. I
oh
don't know
Lord,
if
that's
I
so
could be
funny.
proud of this. I don't know if I could be proud of somebody taking you to Pound Town, darling. I don't know. Like, but we got all this money. I know, but the way you got it, I don't know. Like,
Yeah, you are hilarious. Oh boy, I'm not even gonna go there with her because I can have a whole podcast about sex all day. It's a lot. It's so many things wrong going on with her. So many things wrong. But you know, all right. Let's get into some writing here. Who who was the last author that you looked up online just to see
well,
what they were doing?
it's funny because I just finished Frida McFadden's The Teacher. So I looked her up to see what her next book was.
You
Which
finished
I
that
read. Yeah.
already? Oh
hmm
shit. Okay.
It's funny because I read her stuff out of order. Like I think she'll have like a series or whatever, then a new book will come out. I read her stuff all out of order. I don't care if I see an interesting title. I'm like, ooh, click. I'm gonna read. So, and funnily enough, the teacher strayed away from her usual psychological thrillers.
Hmm.
Actually, had a lot to do with teacher student relationships and how inappropriate it can be. So I was like, okay. A lot of people didn't like it because it's, like I said, it strayed away from her usual um, formula. But the beautiful thing about being a writer is that we can do that. You don't have to stay at a certain formula. And some people are like, well, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. But guess what? We're writers. We can do that if we want to, which is the
Okay.
beauty of being a writer.
Great. I mean, I like that because I want to ask you something about that. So, let's say you get published, you get the dream publishing deal. They pull you away from your 9 to 5 if you want to leave or not, just to write full time. Let's say you come up with a formula that's like I want to write about working women, but put them in different sets. So all your series, they want to, you got a popular. They want you to create a popular series around working women. You don't have to use the same one, but a woman that has a 9 to 5, and then this happens, and then this happens. Would you take that deal if they want to keep you in that box and write like that? Or do you want to be more freestyle, freelance to be able to write a good book the way you want it?
Um, I would be tempted to go with the latter, but it would depend on the deal for number one. What type of money we're talking, what the contract is, all that stuff. How many books do we think we're going to be able to sell? All that stuff. And my creativity, how freely is my creativity is allowed? Because as we know, for me, my characters may not go the way I want them to.
Hmm.
It's not my fault. Like,
Okay.
you know,
Do you have a pen name? And if so, would you write under a pen name and your real name?
no, just my real name because it's weird. Monique Gooch. It's just rare name. So, and professionally, it's Monique Gooch. I'd already published books before I got married, so Monique Gooch is what it is. So I wouldn't want to be known as anything else at this point. But I know a lot of people write under pen names, like you have George R. R. Martin, all them, J.K. Rowling, just to name those two. They do that, so it's like a mystery behind it. You don't know who they are, and it sounds like, "Ooh, this sounds like a good book." But I just want to be known as me, and like this is who I am. And it doesn't look like Frida McFadden has done. She's done doing very well for herself, um, under her books. And heck, I think the house, the housemaid is going to be made into a movie or something. That's what the book she's known for.
Okay.
So
Hmm.
then, of course, we all know who Zane is. I think she's one of the few black ones who have like a pen name, and we're well aware of who Zane is. So
Okay. You just brought up a question to me, and I read about this before. I want to make sure I'm right. So, didn't she write a book, a very popular book, that Tyler Perry played, getting accused of being plagiarizing right now on his new on his new this movie that he had with one of the ladies that was on in Destiny Child, Kelly Rowland. What's that new movie she was at?
Mia Kupla.
Yes, I read that story has so many similarities to one of Zane's book, and I might be wrong. Hopefully, I'm not wrong about this, so don't have it in front of me.
Mm-hmm.
But plagiarism is really coming up as an investigation against Tyler Perry.
Ooh. Mm-mm. You can't plagiarize Zane because there's some true hardcore Zane fans out there, and they gonna catch you.
I'm gonna, when I get off, I'm gonna look that up again because I felt like I read it at work. I'm kind of like, oh, wait a minute, let me get at this. But I wanted to bring that up to see if you heard anything about that.
I can't. I don't know if it's the book Addicted or if it's Sex Chronicles or I don't know. It has to be between one of those two or another one. I don't know. As you can see, I've
Look,
read almost all of them. So
you so well read because I never really read a Zane book. I don't think because that's not really.
shame on you. No, I'm kidding.
I'm a man. What am I doing reading Sex Chronicles?
I mean, research. I don't know.
I guess so. I mean, I guess I could say that I could do some research, but I'm sitting here thumbing through page 138 of Sex Chronicles, and I'm married, and I'm always like, "What in the world you got going on here?" That's not.
Lord.
Nah. That's like
I mean,
okay. That's like me trying to sneak around and read Superhead book.
A lot of people read that. It's a not a doc. I was gonna say a documentary. Lord have mercy. That's like a tell-all book. I thought a lot of people read that.
Yeah,
Everybody read that.
but
Hell, I think I read that. So
oh god, you read that book.
pretty sure I did. That was a long time ago. So
That's when she had her 15 minutes of fame, and now nobody cares no
nobody
more.
knows. Yeah, nobody really knows what's going on. But um, yeah, I don't know. I have to look that up about Tyler Perry and the whole Zane situation because I'm not sure which book it could possibly be. And a lot of us were introduced to Zane when we were teenagers, people my age anyway. So yeah, it's our first taste of erotica. So
Yeah, I grew up reading Donald Goins and some of that stuff, so I didn't know much about. Yeah, he had some questionable stuff in his stuff too, but I wasn't reading Zane and what's her name? That's a really popular author in that genre. Trump? No, what's her name?
I mean,
Sister Soldier.
my father introduced me to Donald Goins, so I know what is it? What is it? Black man's justice, white man's what is it? White man's justice, black man, something like that. I can't
I
remember
have
what it
read
was called.
maybe yeah. He had poor son, that one, Black Gangster, which is based off of. I mean, he got into trouble because he took some real stories from real people, and
Oh,
yeah,
it's white man's justice, black man's grief. Yeah, I bought that for my father.
yep.
And a lot of his books have been discontinued, so unfortunately, you can't get them anymore. But I was introduced to Donald Goins by my dad. I didn't even know he existed, and um, so I didn't even know who he was until my dad introduced me to him, and yeah, but I'm so you know Donald Goins, something I just learned about you. You
Oh,
grew up reading
yeah,
those books.
yeah. I got, I read I didn't read all of them, but I did read those because read a couple of them because they were intriguing stories about the Black experience. And
Hmm.
you know, coming up in the '90s, you had that book. I can remember some of the books that came out because that was the book that was passed around prisons. It was
Hmm.
also the book that was passed around. You remember Malcolm X and that movie when that movie came out. So
Yeah.
you know when certain movies come out, certain books will come out. So the autobiography of Malcolm X came out, but then people start looking at black authors again. So there was like all the top ones were Iceberg Slim, Donald Goins, what's the guy? Carl Weber's was coming. You know, he was
Hmm.
coming. People like that. So yeah,
I read the Iceberg Slim book, and wow. I was like, this is a lot. The fact that dude had the bullet go through his cap like that, I was like, sheesh. Okay.
yeah,
Whew.
it was definitely it really kind of did something to your head. You start thinking kind of like them a little bit when you
Hmm.
read it. That makes it a good book, but there are also some things in there that men shouldn't do. So
Yeah. You
yeah,
think so? Yeah.
there was a lot of hand to hand combat going on between men and so that was going on. But speaking of that, we're gonna go back to P Diddy, but we're gonna go to Cassie. Now, I forgot to put her on your rating level, but I want you to give the rating of her. And then, did you know that she was going to be was supposedly writing a tell-all book?
I
And
did. I think I heard about that or read about it. Yes, and I hope she does. I hope she does.
well, I think because they stopped her, Puffy stopped her, P Diddy, whatever he calls himself, but because yeah, because she was she was going to expose this stuff, but then he stopped, and then the lawsuit came out, and they settled it civilly. But I believe from what I read is the criminal the side of it is coming up. That's why the FBI investigated. I heard that was the reason why the homes were investigated and supposedly found tapes, and it was the stuff that she didn't tell them that she was going to expose. So there's a whole lot more. So I believe I want your opinion on this here. Do you feel like women should come out with stuff like that, like books like
Yes.
that, tell all stuff?
Yes. Because it helps the next person be strong to come out before it gets to that level.
Okay, so do you think it should come out with a tell-all book, or should you just go to the investigators? Because if you just do a tell-all book, you're just doing stuff to take care of money financially. It's not really helping out the situations because, from what I kind of gathered, he it was a whole sex operation. So if she's
Here's
writing a book, yeah, that's different than you need to go tell some people to stop that.
here's the thing, right? When we do tell, y'all don't believe us.
Oh,
Everybody, nobody believes us. We try to tell with proof, people still don't want to believe us. Then when investigators come and find all this evidence, oh, she was telling the truth. Now we have to tell our whole story in a book form. So, yes, I believe she should tell all in a book form. It's like no one believes us until proof is actually found by someone else.
okay.
And this is why a lot of women don't speak up and they just let the abuse continue. Well, why didn't you just leave? You weren't gonna believe me anyway. So um there's this trend going on around on TikTok. I don't know if you're on TikTok, but a lot of women are saying if you had to leave your daughter alone in the woods between a bear and a strange man, who would you leave him alone with? A lot of women said a bear.
What? Can you say that one more time? Can you say that one more
There's,
time?
there's a trend going on TikTok. Who would you leave your daughter alone
Mhm.
with in the middle of the woods? A bear or a strange man? A lot of women are saying a bear, and that is awful because they know what the bear will do. The bear won't rape your dead body after they killed it, but a man would. Or a bear, if you just stay still, might sniff you and walk away. But you don't know what that strange man will do to you, even if you say no.
Okay, that's a great. I gotta look that up. I didn't know anything about that. So you would take an animal over a man, a human
Yeah,
being?
that just shows you how much fear women have on a daily basis, even stepping out of the house and walking to the car and going from the grocery store to their car, jogging, taking a walk in the park. Just, yeah. They would choose to be mauled by just, they would choose to be alone in the woods with an animal than to be alone with a strange man.
Wow,
Yeah.
that's deep.
Plus,
That's deep.
yeah, it is. And it's sad. It's very sad. Um, but that's just how it is. That's why mothers don't like their daughters to be left alone with men. Period. Like there's got to be someone there with them supervised. It doesn't matter, it's just the way it's
Okay,
been.
okay. So the situation here we have with women is, I think, and this will be a good story. That was be a good story too, but I also want to add into that. So when a man meets a woman and she has a child and they become, start dating and all that. I know women gotta think eventually if they really like this man, I'm gonna have to meet my child won't have to meet this man, and then they go along with it anyway. But is there an element of not trust that you have, like a warning sign? Because you don't want to put your, like you said, you love the man or you with the man, but then you don't want him to meet the child. You don't want him to do that, which I understand. I understand what you got to think about, but I guess that's a hard decision that you have to make. But don't you think if you can't really trust a man to be with your child, you shouldn't be with him? I mean,
I think that comes with time. You have to date the woman and also realize I'm gonna be a part of her life. I gotta be part of the children's lives. So it's a conversation you gotta have with that person. Like, I wanna not only date you, but I gotta be a part of these children's lives, these kids' lives as well. So, I want to get to know you and your kids. So do kind of like what what reminded me of Bebe's kids. I take you and your kids out to do something. So
yeah, wow, okay, all right. So give me a new author that I don't know anything about. Maybe the audience don't know anything about that you feel like they should read.
oh man. She's not new, but her name is Tiffany D. Jackson.
Mm,
And I would suggest for those who are on, definitely start out with the book Allegedly.
mm,
Either that or Monday's Not Coming. Monday's Not Coming was the first book I ever read by this person and blew me away. Absolutely blew me away. Another great book by her is Grown. She does a great job capturing real life on paper. Um, so definitely check her out. Her work is phenomenal. Um, Again, that's Tiffany D. Jackson. I think, by the way, you said you read some Tiffany D. Jackson. Is that right, Ray?
allegedly, allegedly.
You read Allegedly. Well, definitely check out
That was your
Mondays.
recommendation.
Did I recommend? Oh, okay,
I
my
think
bad.
so.
Well,
I think
then
so.
definitely check out Monday's Not Coming. That's a book I will I had to buy it. It was so good. Like I had to buy the physical copy. It's on my bookshelf. Like I had to get it. It's that good. I've reread it twice. And each time, first time I read it, blown away. Second time I caught things I didn't even realize that I missed. Um if there's I cannot for the life of me think of how to pronounce this, so I'm just going to say the book title. It's called Ace of Spades. And
Mm,
the first name is Farida. I cannot pronounce the last name. It's an African name, but
okay.
that's another book to put on your list. It came out in 2021. But Ace of Spades, Farida is the author, and the last name Abike Ayemide. I totally messed that up, but just remember Farida as the first name of the author. Ace of Spades. Y'all, that book, I bought that one too. I saw it, I had to get it. I was like, oh my God, this is great. So, and I don't buy books like off rip like that, but when I see a book that is gonna draw me in, I'm like, this sounds, I gotta get this. And like I said, I have Kindle Unlimited, so where you can like, if the book says read for free, I'll do that. But if I see a book that has captured me, I've got to buy it. Like I got to get it and read it, and I will like read it in a day. Then I'll be mad at myself that I read it in a day. And I'm like, oh man, I have nothing to read. And people ask me, well, if you're an editor and you read all day, don't you get tired of reading for fun? No, because I'm reading for fun. I'm not editing anything.
That's
There's a
dedication.
difference.
Yeah, I like that. I mean, I would probably be a little tired myself, but since I'm a person that writes and I read, like I just can't. I gotta keep doing it. Something I like doing. So I understand. All right, some great recommendations. So here's another one I want to ask you about. What is the best book to movie? Uh, you know, was it adaptation? I can't think of how you say that word, but adapting a book to a movie. Which one do you think is your favorite that's happened in the last
Definitely,
forever for you?
definitely The Time Traveler's Wife. Oh my gosh. I don't know if you've ever seen it with Rachel McAdams.
I
Um,
think I've seen. I don't know if I. I don't think I have seen that. No.
okay. Well, The Time Traveler's Wife was written by Audrey Neffinger. Neffenegger. Niffenegger. However the hell you say the last name. Um, Neffenegger.
I've heard of it.
The Time
I've
Traveler's
heard of it.
Wife by Audrey Neffenegger. There we go. And I fell in love with the book when I read it, and I was like, this book is so beautifully written. And I have that somewhere in my library somewhere. And I read it over and over and over again. And I just could not stop reading it because the way the author goes back and forth between time with, okay, I'll describe it like this. You know how married people say, I feel like I've known them my whole life?
Yeah.
Okay. In this book, the main character, Claire, really does know her husband her entire life because he comes to visit her when she's 8 years old through time travel. And he can't help it. He's just a time traveler. And it sounds so stupid, but when you read the book, it's so beautiful. And then when they put it on the screen, they did it amazingly. But it's so sad because he knows when he's going to die because his daughter tells him. His daughter's also a time traveler and tells him when he's going to die. And he said, it's okay, you can tell me. And she says, when I'm 5. And so he's dreading the day his daughter turns 5 years old because he knows it's his last day. But he doesn't tell his wife, doesn't tell her because he wants to spare her those last moments.
Okay.
And the whole thing is about waiting for them for him to vanish, because he keeps telling her, you don't have to wait for me, stop waiting for me, just live your life. But it's like she spends her entire life waiting for him because when he's gone, she never knows when he's going to come back. And it's like, this is so beautifully written because it's like you're waiting for your love to come back to you. And he's like, stop waiting for me, just live your life. And she's like, I can't, I'll always wait for you. It's just so beautiful. I'm like, I love this book so much. Oh my gosh. But if you watch the movie and then read the book, you'll notice some differences. But I think the movie did it justice. I could not wait for that movie to come out. I was in college when the movie came out, and I ran to the theater, man. Like, oh my God.
Wow.
So it was deep. So that is one movie that was set to screen that did it justice. And I know a lot of people who are Harry Potter fans, like, you didn't say Harry Potter. No, because Harry Potter messed up a lot of the damn the books. The movie messed it up. They didn't follow the books the way it's supposed to. I didn't see not a house elf nowhere in the first or the second movie. I was like, where the house elves at? I didn't see none of that. I didn't see Hermione picketing for the house elves. None of that. So yes, I am a Harry Potter fan for real.
I like that. I like that. Man. So you gave me some things, and I got to tell you about something about when you just told me about that story. Um, something I wrote. So I'm gonna ask you that off screen here, but
Okay.
I want I want to get into one last thing. This is about you,
All
and
right.
I want you to describe to your audience, to your new readers, to people who really want to know about you, some secret things, some secret sauce about you and your writing. I mean, some real. I mean, so if they're the way you talked about these authors and their stories are electric. I
Mm-hmm.
love that. It makes me want to Google right now and figure out what made her say what she said about them. So I want something to know, like an intro to your life, an intro to your world. Sound like Gotti's song back in the day, but about if they're gonna get one of your books, what in the world are you gonna do to them when they start turning your pages?
Oh man. Well, let me tell you, Preyed Upon, the first page in the prologue is gonna make you cry because it starts out with a 16-year-old girl in the doctor's office thinking about getting an abortion. She's on the table, legs spread. If anybody's ever contemplated that, that'll hit you right in the chest, make you take you back to that place. Everyone knows what it's like being in, every woman, I should say, knows what it's like being in a gynecologist's office, having your legs in that stirrups and waiting for the doctors to get in there and look at all your business. But it's even scarier when you're thinking about doing something that will change your life for the better or worse, depending on what your situation is. This book will trigger you in a lot of ways, make you think, definitely make you question some things. As far as Preyed Upon goes, it's a must read just because a lot of us have been there. We've seen some things in the church house, as black people say, that we didn't like. And I'm just bringing it to light on paper. That's all I'm doing. As far as my other books go, if you have young ones, young adults, or just a gift that you want to give around Christmas time or Christmas in July, A Dance in December would be a good read, even for you. Just a little short story. A little girl wants what every little girl wants. She wants a first dance. She's tired of her best friend getting everything first. That's all she wants. She just wants to be acknowledged. Just like I said, we've all been there where we were shy or awkward, and then we didn't know if the boy liked us, and that's that's all we wanted. So that's what A Dance in December is. And Just Kylie is story on a young trans girl getting her first kiss. Now, when I wrote this, I had no intention of it being about transgender. I had no idea what I was writing. I initially just thought it was going to be a story about a girl getting her first kiss, but it ended up being a story about a transgender girl getting her first kiss. And I had to do a lot of research getting that. I had to do a lot of digging and watch a lot of documentaries, and I had to go watch the show Jazz I Am Jazz and talk to some friends, and I wrote that story, and it was very well received. And the other story I wrote, I Love You More, was dedicated to both of my grandmothers. One who passed away from Alzheimer's, the other one passed away actually 4 years ago from COVID. And she was living in a nursing home. And all she wanted was to get out of the nursing home. And unfortunately, she didn't. She passed away in the nursing home. So that are those four short stories that you can check out, and the novel. I suggest you check all of them out, and please leave a review on why you should. Each story means something personal to me. So that is me. I don't know where Ray went. So